Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Kelly Sparks, aka Redbeard. Back by popular demand, I have my part-time co-host, D. Curtis Harmon, and tonight, say hi, Curtis.
Hello.
Yeah, I didn't give him a chance
I was
to
gonna
speak.
say I was gonna say hi, Curtis, because you said say hi, Curtis.
Hi, Curtis.
That's a cheap joke.
So tonight we're gonna taste test Sazerac Rye. This will be, I believe, the fifth or sixth installment. I'm lost on my numbers. And Curtis has not had this one yet, so
I have not. I'm excited about it. All the ryes that I've had, I've enjoyed, and you tell me this is a good one.
So tonight we're going to do neat, and we're going to do with a cube of ice, just because Curtis likes his over ice.
I do.
And that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to read off a little description.
Hit it.
From the Buffalo Trace Distillery website. Sazerac Rye, the one and only New Orleans original. Sazerac Rye whiskey symbolizes the tradition and history of New Orleans. Rye whiskey that dates back to the 1800s, around the time when saloons, veiled as coffee houses, began lining the streets of New Orleans. It was at the Sazerac Coffee House on Royal Street where local patrons were served toddies made with rye whiskey and Pichot bitters. The libation became known as the Sazerac. And America's first branded cocktail was born.
No shit.
This is the whiskey that started it all.
Gotcha.
True.
History lesson at the
true
same time.
Statement. But we'll go ahead and get into it. Like always, I'm not going to read any tasting notes because I don't care.
I never find the tasting notes. I mean, it's interesting to see what other people have pulled from it, but I almost never smell and taste what they smell and taste. And this to me,
I personally believe that the people who are these professionals, quotation marks, I believe that they're studying tasting notes and even reading tasting notes while they're nosing.
It's influencing their.
Yeah, I mean
that's what I've found. It's like, oh, I didn't taste X until somebody told me that X was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
But on the nose, this right here to me smells like
it's spice.
All spice. It's sweet and spicy, which it reminds me of like those atomic fireball candies. You know what I'm saying? Or like a cinnamon Jolly Rancher.
Oh yeah.
Because it's the sweet and the all that, which I ain't mad at that. I like it. What does it taste like?
I get a lot of cinnamon. Definitely get a lot of cinnamon on the nose. Maybe a little bit of wood notes. The caramel and the vanilla.
Got leather.
On
the nose.
For
that
sure.
That was undertone.
Yeah.
On the nose.
Like a new leather belt.
Right. Who doesn't like a new leather belt? I don't know. First quick sip. Of course, it's just getting my palate ready, but smoke. Some smoke there, which I didn't expect, but it's there.
See, I get that rye, the rye earthy tone that is reminiscent of a lot of rye heavy whiskeys and even rye heavy bourbons. The spice, the kind of, I can't even describe it.
Yeah, that's all earthy.
Yeah, it's very earthy. I mean, I like it, and it's super spicy.
It's hot,
but it's.
I don't know what it's bottled at. It's
90 proof.
Okay.
45% alcohol.
I mean, so it's not like killer hot, but the spice.
The spice kind of amplifies.
It really kicks it up. Makes it feel like you're drinking something that's a higher proof alcohol.
You want to try it with just a touch it, just a small cap full of water in it.
Well, you know what we're doing over here with this one?
Oh shit!
Come on.
I know. First time out, like these Aquafina bottles have very shallow caps. I bought the wrong bottle. I was drinking Dasani. Hashtag not a sponsor. But I will be if you'll have me.
That makes a difference. That makes that leather stand up. I'm tasting that now where I wasn't tasting it before. I'm liking that.
Yeah.
The honey.
Oh yeah.
The honey is there. That spice. It's got to be like clove or something.
Oh yeah, definitely
that spice
clove.
is there.
I got to start practicing my taste and brain association.
Yeah.
Like I've not done enough of that.
Well, I mean, not many people are running around sticking cloves in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Or chewing on leather belts. So you just have to kind of, draw from history, I guess. That's a fine rye whiskey, man. I ain't mad at that at all.
It is. See what it does now that it's chilled and you got almost a full cube of ice melted off of it. So that's what I like to do.
Frosted up pretty good, or clouded
Mm-hmm.
up, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really look at the legs. I mean, does it?
Mm-mm.
No, there's nothing there. It's smooth.
So I get more with the ice and it being chilled. I feel like it adds a little more spice to it. That's what I get.
Yeah, it mutes
Mm-hmm.
the woody, earthy.
Mm-hmm.
It ups the spice and even the sweet for me. It ups that, but it also changes how it feels in my mouth.
That's what she said.
Yeah, she did. I set you right up for that one, and you didn't miss. It changes the. I don't know how to word it. It gets it's like it's more oily.
I get
Which is weird.
I get like an oily leather finish on the
Yeah.
back end now.
And it hangs around for a minute.
Yeah.
The finish on this one just stays there.
It's the one that you haven't had yet, this Ancient Age.
Mm-hmm.
You put it over ice, and I commented in one of the videos, it tasted like a sweet little icy ball of caramel.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I like it. I mean,
I like it on that with that one cube in there better.
It's one of the better rye whiskeys that I've had. I would like to put in.
So I mean, what's your opinion of rye just in general? I mean, are you a fan of rye, or is it just one of those things you drink it because it's a thing, or what?
I used to drink a lot of rye whiskey
Mm-hmm.
before I got into the Scotch phase. Got big on. I really like Bullet Rye quite often. I think it was just the spicy notes and the earthy tones that I got from it, and then I transitioned into Scotch right after that, and it was just like a natural progression for me. And
just fell in love with that side.
dove deep into Scotch for quite a few years and stayed there.
Right. It's still it's where I'm going to go if I'm going to go somewhere. I got that Highland Park 18 at the house, and I just keep dipping into it. I can't stay out of it.
Good. It's so
I
good.
can't stay out of it.
So good.
I'll definitely. That'll be another $100+ bottle that I will revisit without question. I'm assuming that one's not like super rare, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's probably comparable to how the Lagavulin 16 is produced. It's not like it's just a rare bottling that they did one of.
So do you rate these like you do like we do on the podcast? You give them a 1 to 10 or whatever?
So I rate them on like just overall enjoyment of drinking, like the body. I just kind of do all of that in a summation. I'll give it a score, and then I'll rate the availability, and kind of in my mind I'll just throw it together. So like availability, you can find this pretty much on dang near any shelf, any liquor shelf in the world. I think it's really nice to drink if you like rye whiskeys, if you don't mind the spice.
Yeah. I don't.
I would give it, just as an overall, I would give it like a hard 7. And that's what I gave.
Fair.
That's what I gave the Buffalo Trace and the Weller Special Reserve.
Yeah.
Just because available, it's readily available all year. The water and the ice kind of mute a lot of the flavors, so that's what brings the number down for me.
Gotcha.
Something that's more barrel proofed or has a lot more flavors is probably going to get a higher score from me.
Yeah.
That's just the way I go with it.
I haven't drank a lot of ryes. I think I've only had maybe 2 others, and I've drank both of those with you. But I mean, as far as just a whiskey, just drinking the whiskey, I'm right there with you. I'm thinking 6, somewhere in that out of 10. 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's not knocking my socks off, but I ain't mad at it either.
And I want to say this one, I found it locally for around $27. $27 plus tax.
It's worth every bit of $27.
It's a sub $30 bottle.
Yeah.
I think it's a good entry whiskey into rye.
Is your house falling down? Do we need to
Earthquake!
Do we need to evacuate? That's Bonnie trying to get in for sure.
Yeah, it definitely is Bonnie. But yeah, I'd give it about a 7. I would say it's a hard 7. It's comparable to the Buffalo Trace and the Weller Special Reserve. What the shit?
I have no idea what's happening over here.
Man. So, well, I guess due to malfunctions in my house, we're going to go ahead and cut this video off now. Like always, check out the Patreon. It's going to help me get more whiskeys. If you want every whiskey that anybody suggests me to review, I will review it eventually as long as I get my hands on it. If you want to help expedite that process, your donations will help.
Absolutely.
Like always,
this is not a cheap hobby.
It is not. It's not a cheap hobby.
We've definitely stepped off into something where you got to have a little bit of cash flow.
Like this guy right here, y'all. Yeah, that's not a cheap bottle right there. So the one that I get in December, like I said on the last video or the video before that, it's not going to be a cheap bottle either. So please, if you can only donate $1 a month, you'll help out tremendously, and I would appreciate it gratefully.
Links to your Patreon shit down here.
Yeah, in the description. In the description. It will be in the description from now on.
All right.
But like always, you can find me at Son of Thor 3 on Instagram. This is Curtis Harmon. He is at the Curtis H on Instagram. We also have the podcast.
Absolutely.
Curtis is our main man when we do the editing. Mm-hmm. He's the one that keeps us out of trouble with the FBI and the CIA.
Right.
So
all the murders get cut out. All the murder talk gets cut out.
But like always, check out the Bearded Idiots podcast on Instagram. Aaron Bailey, he runs that for the most part.
Yeah, he does a damn good job with it too.
Pretty much turning it into a meme page, and it's pretty damn funny.
Good. We do post show content, teasers, and but he keeps it active. He keeps it live. It's a good page to follow, even if you don't listen to the podcast. Yeah. Just go follow the Instagram. It's a lot of fun to scroll through the stuff that he puts up there.
It's fun stuff.
At Bearded Idiots Podcast.
Yeah, on Instagram. But like always,
they know, right, that we do a whiskey review at the front of every episode.
Yeah, I've said that in multiple videos now.
So if they're just looking for more opinions on whiskey, I mean, there it is. You're getting 3 views on that one every single time. 3 or 4, depending on if we got a guess.
3 to 4 minimum. And we
rarely agree. I mean, you and I stay pretty close to each other typically, but Aaron's usually left field or I'm left field. I mean, so they're getting a good spectrum.
He gets so drunk he can't taste it half the time.
He does do that.
So, but like always, check us out, share us with friends, and drink some whiskey. Share that with your friends and family. Have a good time and be safe.
Bye.
Goodbye.